What's up, y'all? It's Stayci and Asia. We are back with another reaction. Today we had the Terrell show, and he has the Clark sisters, part one. That's it. That's the title. That's all. There
Now,
it is.
now usually we do part one and part two together.
Not today.
We may. Not today. Not today. We're not gonna do part one and part two today, y'all, because it's really late. And we got to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to split it up. But I'm excited for this episode because the Clark sisters was in the playlist growing up. You know what I'm saying? I got some of their music in my playlist today.
Now. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I done watched the movie more than one time. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, why have I only seen it once?
I don't know. You have to ask yourself that. Yeah, let's get into it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Cause she done threw me off. I forgot what else I was about to say. Let's go.
Throughout the lifeline, since that I have arranged, there has been such a change in my life.
Jesus is the answer.
That's enough.
What you look at me for?
Like there's a fourth member to the Clark sisters.
And, hey, when the Clark sisters, let me tell you something. Terrell, we got to pause the intro, my boy. When the Clark sisters come on, there is definitely another member, okay? All right? I just didn't make it on tour. You know what I'm saying? I was busy.
Yeah,
But it's
you
definitely
wasn't born. That's what it was. You wasn't born.
Listen, there is definitely another member, okay? Do not play with my name.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Terrell. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, unless Jesus himself comes and sit next to me on this blue wall, this about to be the most sanctified episode of the Terrell Show that you have ever seen. Huh? I cannot believe I'm getting ready to say this. The Clark sisters are here. Hi. How are you doing?
We are doing well.
I feel so gentle right now. I just feel so gentle because everybody knows when I grew up, I was not allowed to listen to no secular music.
Really?
It was
like everybody else. Wow.
Yes, y'all know the story. We're gonna talk about Dr. Maddie in a second.
Now, see?
It was nothing but a bunch of other gospel greats, but the Clark sisters was on the agenda Sunday through Sunday.
Well, thank God, thank God.
So I'm so honored for all of you to be here. And shout out to Twinkie, who cannot be here today. And shout out to Denise. Hey, girl.
Yeah.
How are you? Too. But we have Dorinda, Jackie, and Karen here today. And when I tell y'all, I'm gonna let y'all talk in a second, but there's just so many things. There's a lot of kids who watch my show, okay? Hey, kids, how you doing? You may not know who these beautiful ladies are today, but after you finish watching this, you will be caught up. Because some of y'all's faves consider these wonderful voices as their major inspirations.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Beyonce, Faith Evans, and some more. I don't know who else, probably all of them have said something about y'all. Probably all of them. I don't know. I don't know them like that, but I'm assuming. Okay, one of the best-selling female gospel group of all time. Am I getting that together?
Oh my God! Why did it do it right
Getting
there?
it together. I don't even know where to start.
Sorry, y'all.
Because you're a big part of my childhood and my adulthood. And I know you guys hear stuff like this all the time. And it's just like, yes, we're fabulous. I know. But like, I just have to tell you personally myself, you know?
Wow.
Not only are you wonderful singers and pioneers, you're beautiful mothers. Like, oh my God, I think your daughter it works with you guys.
Yes, she's
right?
Nikki,
Your
yeah.
daughter, Lord Jesus, Kiara, Kiki, hallelujah, is doing her thing, and I'm sure your children doing something too.
Yep.
She
Angel.
sings with us.
Sings with you, like on tour and stuff. And
Yeah.
look,
She does it.
So you're beautiful mothers, but you're beautiful mothers because you were raised by a beautiful mother. Can we talk about Maddie Moss?
Yes.
Have y'all been singing together for over like 40 years, something like that?
Yes, it's been over 40 years. Yeah.
A lot of female groups have come and gone.
That's right.
In the name of the Lord. But they are still together and have illustrious individual careers as well. Man, y'all better stop playing. I need y'all to understand. Legendary is what's happening right here. And you're also, I would give you the credit of your sound and your blend, your harmonies, the iconic harmonies that has inspired the contemporary gospel of the world today too. I know earlier I mentioned Beyonce and Faith, but these contemporaries out here too, yes, for the gospel world, they're looking at y'all too like, blueprint, need that, want that, gotta have that. So yes.
I think to piggyback off of what you said about our harmony.
Right.
Speaking of my mother, she used to always make it emphatic. I don't want you all to sound like individual ones. I want you to sound like one voice.
And you know what?
To have that blend. She pound that in our head.
She did.
That makes sense. I know she had to.
She did.
Because, you know, the first time I heard the song, I said those 15 people sound really good. They sound really good. I want to know all 15 of them. They said it's 5 of, no they ain't, no they ain't. That's 15 people. Right. And do you guys always sing the same part of the harmony? Do you switch it up sometimes? And
I do most of the switching.
okay.
So when she's singing, I sing alto.
Got you.
When Twinkie's singing, I sing tenor.
Got you.
I'm the best.
And she said what she said. Jackie, I love you.
They don't have time to switch. They're always
Jackie, you better tell it like it is.
And
Speak
tell them,
right
Jackie,
now.
tell them that if it wasn't for
If
you,
it wasn't for me, there would be no them.
Oh, Jackie, make it plain
We
now.
gonna let her have her moment.
Plain. Yes, baby.
because we had to come through first.
That's right. I paved the way.
Now wait, now hold on. Now.
I paved the way.
Yeah, y'all ain't
You
denying
didn't
it.
come before me. I
Karen,
came before you.
You opened the womb. You opened the womb.
I opened up the wound and made the way plain. And you came on out. What can I say? What can I say? Y'all messing up.
Well,
know
Jackie,
she's a
the
comedian.
confidence is here. I got a game for y'all. Okay, this game. I'm not ready for this game.
Okay. Oh, you not?
I'm not ready because I have there's something in my spirit about this game here. I'm gonna give you a
Let's see
word.
how much of a supporter you are.
You better hope you remember.
You ain't gonna get me in these streets. Dorinda,
say you ain't gonna get me in the
DCC. You ain't gonna get me in these streets. I'm all the way ready. Listen here. I'm gonna give y'all a word. Now, it's 3 of y'all, so this should not be too hard.
Okay.
You gotta sing the first song that comes to your mind that has this word in the lyrics or the title of the song, okay? So, for example, if the word is a love, then you have to sing a word like, you know, Jesus is a love song.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's an example.
Okay.
Here we go. First word. Let's start easy, right? Blessed.
I'm blessed and
That's
highly
not
favored.
Okay, you got to sing.
I gotta sing it.
Oh, you didn't say that part.
He did.
Oh, did it?
Oh, God.
I missed that.
You got to sing it.
No.
We're blessed and highly favored.
Just know
That I am blessed and highly favored.
oh, just
You see how she looked at
She like,
She
wait,
looked like, wait a minute, I ain't know we was doing all that.
We ain't say we was taking it to church. We just said we was gonna sing a sample.
Watch your face.
oh, just know that we're blessed and highly favored.
Lord, this ain't gonna be good for me. Happy is the word.
Clap your hands if you know that Happiness belongs to you.
Yeah.
It does.
Clap your hands if you don't let God's been good to you. 'Cause I'm happy. Cause I'm happy.
That's
Carry
enough.
through that one.
What was yours? What was yours?
You had one,
Mine
yes.
was, I'm happy and I know it clap my hands. I'm happy and I know it clap my hands.
Why did I
I'm happy and I know it. I really want to show it. Happy,
Hey,
happy.
there's a song with happy in it.
It got happy
It's a
in the
song with
title
happy in it.
and in the song.
Okay.
There you go.
Yo, clap your hands.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Oh my God. He talking so loud.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's one of theirs too. It is. That's a good song.
That's a good song.
That's a good song. Okay, they say the same word 39,000 times. It's a good song.
Right.
That's how you know. You know what you're doing. Change is the word. You're doing good.
Change, the change has come over me. He washed me. Now I'm free.
It'd be so nice if she
Somebody done forgot the lyrics. I was thinking about Tamala Man, Change Me, oh God.
Ooh, they bet not sing that or have that one to take me straight on to glory.
Lord, we'll be in here shouting on this
Okay.
here reaction camera.
Okay.
We'll be up in here giving God every
Ooh,
praise that
actually-
could possibly be given.
I actually would like to hear them sing that, like with the different melodies, the
Yeah.
different tones. I would like to hear that because Tamala Man already do a wonderful job
Okay.
of singing that song.
Okay. Man, let me
Look, I have
I'm
to do my
impressed.
head like that when I talk about Tamala Man.
You reminded me of the man on Right That's So Raven where he kept saying them P words.
People,
Please.
pay attention, people.
Wipe my mouth. Wipe the mic off. It's your mic. I don't care.
give us a
sit to
tune like
words.
Twinkie
Jesus.
does. Twinkie gives us a tune.
Right. She give you your note. Give you the
We
note.
already know where to go. She just going on and singing.
Okay,
We don't
so
know
let
what
us sing
she's
about
singing.
herself.
We don't know.
Let's
we don't
sing
know
about
what the
herself.
Lord is given to her.
There you go.
Go ahead.
What the Lord has given to
What note is it?
Okay.
Okay.
Change.
My God,
Change.
oh change,
Change. I'm so glad he changed me.
oh
Change.
oh
Change.
oh change,
Change.
I'm
So glad he changed me. You're not supposed to walk on the green though.
I don't care, it's my studio. My show, I do what I want to do.
I read the note.
Child.
Green though.
I told you that was a green screen.
Yeah, I figured that. This has nothing to do with the video, but I was going to say we need to see how we can change the, not for any of this, but I just wanted to see how it look if we change the background color.
Well, we had talked about that because we was actually looking for an actual background, solid color paper, and we couldn't find one. So we was like, well, let's use it. Well, with the green screen, let's make our own background color.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make ourselves big again, make the video
Mhm.
small, and then that's how we was talked about doing it.
Change may come.
Change is on the way.
Change.
Amen.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. Next.
No. I am so shocked that you just did that. Seriously. Because I'm the one who don't care about breaking out in song. I don't care how terrible I sound. But, baby.
No, because when it comes to that song, I break out a song.
I didn't know I'm so shocked she just did that just now. Like, that just blew my mind. That's why I just looked. I had to make sure Stayci was still right there. Because somebody done came in and changed her. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We got
Y'all definitely ain't
Alright.
getting part 2.
Not tonight. We can't get through part 1 without acting a fool. Come on now.
He changed me. You're not supposed to walk on the green, though.
I don't care, it's my studio. My show, I do what I want to do.
I read the note. I read the note.
Child. Careful. Where this fan at? I done told y'all. Listen here. Listen here. You know what? Ladies, the word is sunshine. I don't know what song they gonna
That's what I
sing.
was thinking.
You know what? You know,
You are
he's
the
using
sunshine.
reverse psychology. Come on, let's do another sunshine.
Don't do it, sunshine.
You don't want to do the sunshine?
Yo, no.
That's
What's
important.
his name song that we sang? You are my sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
Now I like that song, but ho. Wait. They watching me. They said, Terrell, you get it. You better get that song.
What is it? What is it, Terrell? What is the name of the song we singing?
You brought the sunshine.
No, we're not singing. You said any song.
You can sing any
Well, then
song.
don't be telling us what to sing then.
But, Lord have mercy.
Okay, we got to do it for Terrell.
Okay.
Now bring it in our key. Don't
Okay.
be going up high.
Yeah.
We're still in the quarantine. We're still in the quarantine.
You brought the sunshine.
You brought the sunshine
in my life throughout
the lifeline.
You are the lifeline.
You brought the sunshine throughout the lifeline.
Since then I have believed there has been such a change in my life.
Jesus is the answer.
That's enough.
Oh, wait, hold, but he is.
No, but Terrell is getting too happy. That's too much. That's too much. You get no more, Terrell.
Hold on. I did it. That is an iconic song, okay? If you don't know
love
that
that
song, ooh.
Oh, I love that
Don't
song.
tell me that in public, because we're going to have a whole sit down and we're going to play the whole discography. But listen to that song. That's such a great song. It's one of their, like, biggest songs, isn't it?
It is a song
And,
we
and
did.
now, Twinkie wrote a lot of this stuff, right?
she did.
She wrote
Most of it.
most of it,
Yeah,
right?
she
Twinkie,
did.
shout out to you for that pen. And she's playing everything. Twinkie, oh my, I miss you. I wish you were here today. Oh my God.
She
Wherever-
owe you.
Wherever you owe me, Twinkie.
That's right. There you go.
I want to talk to you about them lyrics and just how you just
Right.
timeless.
Right, yeah. She
Okay,
Twinkie is
100
so
years
amazing.
from now,
She's so amazing.
those lyrics are still gonna be so perfect for whatever moment
Absolutely.
you need.
Terrell,
you know what I mean?
you know, this is really blessing us.
What happened?
You just said you was 27 years
Yes.
old.
Right.
And for you to remember these songs and to pass it down
Oh, yeah.
to the other generation, and you're sharing that so that they know, because it's people like you that put us on that next platform and introducing us to people who don't know.
Don't know
it.
us,
So
yeah.
we appreciate you, man.
It is
Absolutely,
nothing
that
but a
is
pleasure
amazing.
for me.
Yes, for
Are you
real.
kidding? Literally, I mean, I love music in general, but I just grew up on gospel, you know, and then gospel, then I got to R&B, then I heard pop, and I was like, oh my God, there's so many levels to this thing. But my origin, I can't forget that. That's like my rock. That's where I come from. And every other genre makes sense because I started in gospel.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things that, you know, all these genres, they're kind of intertwined. They're just talking about things in a different way. You know what I mean? You can talk about pain in terms of Jesus getting me through it, or
pain,
girl,
heartbreak.
you heartbreak, you know,
yeah.
or boy, get out of my house.
Yeah.
Pain, you know what I mean? And this is a different, and then rock, I'm in pain, you know? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
What's rock? What's rock? Let me see rock one more time. Let me see rock. Let me see rock. Let me see rock.
give me pain. Right? They just want more of it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's my pleasure. I think it's important for us to never forget where we come from, and also I just like going back. They know one of my favorite channels on TV, it's embarrassing, but I'm gonna tell my business anyway. I watch the History Channel like every day. It's terrible.
I do too.
I love it.
I love it.
I love going back. I'm like, okay, so we're here now in 2019, but how do we get here? Let me back up.
Right.
And I just get so interested. I'm like, wait, let me back up. Let me back up. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yes, I love y'all so much. I'm gonna give you this next word. You're gonna keep loving me, right? And this next word.
We're going to see what word it is first.
Let's run on and see what
word
the
it
end
is.
gonna be. Sweet is the word. Sweet.
You know, Christmas is coming.
Uh-huh.
Sweet little Jesus boy.
There you go. She can sing it by herself.
Right, Jackie, that was good. That was really good.
She started
You
out
did
nice.
start.
You did
You
start.
did
Now
start.
go ahead and
Go
finish
ahead,
it.
Karen.
Go ahead, Karen.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's sit here and listen at you.
He was born in the manger. Oh, sweet little holy child. And they didn't know who you were.
Oof, why y'all had to end like that?
Mom would get us up in the wee hours of the morning when we'd get ready to go to school. The day before we go to school, she would get us up and she would have a song on her mind. This was how she was inspired to write. And it was always at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So she would get us up. Girls, I got a song, I need y'all to get up because I got to hold it here, so I need y'all to get up. She would get us up. We'd go down to the piano. She'd give us our parts. And while we were sleeping, of course, we were awake, but, you know, still giving us our parts. She'd give us our parts while we're singing. We remember that. We'll never forget those days. And so that's why the blend is so tight,
perfect.
because we would do it unknowingly. That, you know, it was even done to us. And that's how it's done. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, that's when people, we got to be about 8, 7, 8, 9 years old.
And the thing you have to remember is God would inspire her. He would wake her up. Her best music, I asked her one day, what was her most, you know, how was she inspired? She said she wrote her best songs when she was going through her greatest trials. So whatever God imparted in her sleep, she would wake up, and when she would wake up, she would get us up, because back then she couldn't afford a tape recorder because they had reel-to-reel then. And so until she could get a tape recorder that was reel-to-reel, she only had us. And so she would give us the part so that she could hear her choir singing it with the 3-part harmony.
Lord have mercy.
And that's how it was really birthed.
She couldn't rewind it.
You know, I've heard so many artists. I've heard, well, mainly R&B artists say that their greatest songs were through pain.
Yeah.
After breakups. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look at Keisha Cole.
yeah, like they best albums was after a breakup.
Or
you know what
after
I'm saying? Or
something traumatic.
yeah,
or something
like
that's
I've heard
happened
it
in their
so
life.
many times. So many times.
Y'all had
she
to
couldn't
do it
rewind.
again.
We had it at that point.
Right.
You know, once she
Wow.
played the music,
Right.
you know, it was just there. It was embedded in us, so we would go to rehearsal and give everybody their part.
Right, because she didn't have it. And that's really a big point that she said, because I never really thought about it until you said it now, about Mama not having her tape recorder.
No, she didn't.
And we were her tape recorder,
Right.
because when she got to rehearsal, she couldn't remember some of the parts, so we would have to sing it
Right.
at the rehearsal for the choir.
Thank God for a tape recorder.
Thank God. Listen.
Isn't that something?
Y'all kids
Human
wanna
tape
learn about
recorder.
that.
I know.
No, they're like, here's my phone and go. And now it's there forever.
Oh, she would
Oh
love
my
a
God. She would
phone.
love
Matter of
that.
fact, would have loved that.
Jesus.
Where your phone at?
Yeah. Wake up.
this
Here you
now.
go.
Yeah,
Next to your bed. Just sing this part real quick.
Yeah.
Wow. So many interesting stories and so much history in terms of like how this all happened. There's got to be. Okay, so now throughout this 40+ year journey, there had to have been like some times where it's like, man, I don't know, this might be our last album, our last show, for whatever. You know, things happen. Even though you're singing for Jesus, it's still the music industry and it's crazy. Has there ever been a time where it's like, I don't know, this might be it?
This might be the time you ask Twinkie that.
Oh,
Right.
what Twinkie say?
Twinkie gets, she has gotten so weary during maybe the last 5 or 6 years.
Really?
And she felt like, I think I'm done. I don't think I can go any further. And we have to kind of really push her to doing a lot of things because she just felt like, I'm just done. And I'm sure most writers get like that because they've exhausted so much during their time of writing until now it seems like, okay, I've done, and I see all these other wonderful people coming, we're going to let them do it, like Karen, and, she'll say, I'll just let Karen do it, But we just now starting to encourage her, and it's just a blessing that the last album, which my brother-in-law, he was the one that was behind the Bishop Shear, and he told us, he said, y'all got to do one last time.
Yes.
And because he was the president over the chairman over the AIM convention, and then of course I was a part of the music department, we wanted to pull that together. So they made the last recording at that AIM convention that he was over, and we were able to record the one last time.
And didn't that get y'all 3 Grammys?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. The word is vain, okay? Listen, this is just what's on the card.
This is what's on the card.
You're so vain.
Right.
I bet you think this song is about you. You're so vain.
I do love this song. I do love this song.
You said vain. You didn't say how the vain was.
We're going to add an addendum to the rules of the game. Okay, here's the addendum. Sing what you want, and then sing what I want.
That ain't the way the rule is.
The rules.
The
Season
rules.
3.
No, you can't change the rules in the game now. What's up with that?
So you got 50% of the point. 0.5. All right? Put 0.5 on the board. Now, to get your other 0.5, I'm going to give you the word again. You got another chance. Now, the word is, I'm going to give you a phrase this time. The phrase is, am I living in vain? I don't know what song that might be.
You don't know what song that might be?
Might be.
You're not
Could be a couple of things. I don't know.
Might be a couple of things.
It's my fasting in vain is another phrase. You can pick either one. Yeah.
Okay. It's my giving in vain. Ready? Da-da. If Twinkie was here, she'd say, da-da, 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 da-da. Is my living in vain?
Done.
Done.
Is my giving in vain? Is my praying in vain? Is my fasting in vain? No, of course not. No, it's not all in vain. 'Cause up the road is eternal gain. That's enough.
That's it. What's wrong with you?
It's never enough. Listen. Oh, the royalty of it all. Baby. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I cannot believe I just heard y'all sing this next to me. Oh, my, I totally forgot.
And without music.
I've met Karen before. I've met you before, Karen. So what you say?
Ooh, she keep on messing with Terrell.
She tried to whisper that like she ain't got no mic on.
I've met Karen before. I've met you before, Karen. So what you say? What you say about me, Jackie? What you say about me, Jackie? What you said? She ain't got a hot mic on her. I can go back and listen to it later. What do you say?
Kids, your real glasses don't have no glasses.
Oh, no, they don't.
I just saw what he did like this. I just saw it.
I don't play them lenses game. Let me tell you what happened. So my very first episode, I wore just regular glasses, right?
Okay.
And I got so mad at these reflections, and I
you're
said,
like,
you
yeah,
know
your
what?
eyes,
And I was
yes.
editing. I said, I am mad. I don't want this no more in my life. This is ghetto. No. I took them. I said, poke.
That's smart.
And
That was cute.
you know,
I
it's
just realized.
You just realized, yes. Karen, so many years ago, oh my God, I'm not gonna get emotional saying this, but it just hit my brain. So in 2012, my grandfather passed away, okay? 2012, yes. And I was in college. I went to college in Florida, and I flew back to South Carolina to attend his funeral. And because when I was saying that, I just heard this live, and I was like, wait, no, I heard something else. You pastored at a church in Dillon, South Carolina, maybe. This is 8 years ago. I had no idea you were gonna be there. But I didn't want to be home. So after the service, I went with my friend to her church, and it was a church in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know how you got there. Really? It was in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
And I walked in and you were a pastor. I was like, is that Miss Prada? What's happening? Why is she in here? We're in the middle of nowhere. And you were leaving, and you were getting in your car, and just very quickly, I just told you like what my day was. I said, yeah, I had to go to a funeral today. My grandfather, and you prayed for me in your car. I was standing out of your car. Wow. You were in your back seat.
Something.
And I knew y'all was coming for weeks, and I never thought about it till this just moment. I was like, I met you before. Yeah. Wow. Thank you for that. I know you don't remember, but that's fine. Wow. I do. Wow. And I'm just reminding you that was a moment that was really important for me that day.
Thank you.
That really helped me.
Is really
Yeah.
something.
It's moments like that that helps us keep going and keep it moving by hearing testimonies of people remembering the moment of saying a prayer to somebody that you didn't even know.
That was very...
so that's encouraging to me, and that's why we have to always not shun away. And many of the artists today, they not humble enough to stop and say a prayer for somebody else. But you gotta have that moment. You never know who you shunning away.
That's right.
You might be holding somebody hostage just because you didn't pray.
That's right. Come on now.
That might have been your assignment, but you didn't pass it.
That's right.
Your next word is Jesus. Could be anything.
Yes, it could.
Okay.
Jesus,
Come on.
he will fix it.
He will fix it.
Yeah. Jesus, he will fix it. Jesus, he will fix it. I tell you, he will.
Jesus, he will fix it.
Yes, he will.
Jesus, he will fix it.
On a Sunday morning.
Jesus, he will fix it.
Even on a Thursday.
Jesus, he will fix it.
On the leg.
Jesus, he will fix it. Jesus, he will fix it. Jesus, he will fix it.
After a while.
After a while.
Okay.
Y'all better come on and give him a round clap. Give him a round clap.
A round clap.
Oh, whoa.
I know. Go ahead.
I think we should give them part 2.
Go ahead.
Y'all want part 2?
If you want part 2,
What part 2? Is this part 2?
and you're not subscribed,
Subscribe.
go subscribe
Right now. Hit that button right now.
Right now. Just
It
right
ain't
now.
that late. It's like 12:10, but we got to get up in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it up top.
Yeah. Part 2. Here we go.
I am still here.
Yeah.
It's by the grace. Terrell, it's by the grace of God.
Oh, almost got caught up. Hey.
In what?
Woo! The holy up. Jesus, he will fix it. That's all you had.
Jesus, he will fix
Come
it.
on.
Jesus, he will fix it.
What?
Jesus, he will fix
And
it.
then we said JESUS.
You better spell it for him. Spell it.
J is for Jesus.
Really?
E is for effort. S is for salvation.
U is for what?
Unity.
Unity.
S is for safe.
Save us.
All right. You got us.
Karen, come on, Karen.
Why did you say it like that?
Listen here.
Terrell, wait.
What was the Jesus song you was looking for? With
No, it didn't matter. You know, something about the name. It don't matter. Just say his name. You spelled his name and I felt it. That's all right. The word is life.
Life.
Living this kind of life. I'm living a blessed life.
You know, these are the songs you want us to sing.
Right,
Say we
yeah.
can sing other people's songs.
No.
You can see whatever you know.
Okay, come on.
Go ahead, Karen. You had it right.
Come on. I can speak to mountains, they will be moved. I can speak to dreams, they will come true. I can tell my troubles to get away. God gave me the power to make my days. So we'll speed it up. I'm blessed when I come and when I go.
Add to the playlist. The songs I done forgot.
I'm living in the overflow. I like living this kind of life.
Yeah.
It's very low.
I'm living a blessed life.
This key is very low.
I like live this kind of life.
We need you. We're living this blessed life.
Y'all need Twinkie with little, the little thing, right? Key, please. Line. Yes. I don't care what key y'all sing in. It's great for me.
No, it's
It's
not.
great for me.
Putting us
That's
on
one
the
of my
spot.
favorites now. Living my kind of life. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Y'all know, I bumped Clark Sisters down the 405 like it's Jay-Z or something.
What's your first record by the Clark sisters?
My first song? The first cassette, I don't know the name of it, but it had bombing. No, it had, no. It had, oh God, Miracle something. Miracles is in the song
I'm looking
title.
for a miracle.
I'm looking for a miracle?
Yeah.
Sing it so I can remember.
Oh, you know what you are. You know what? Oh, you are wrong, Terrell.
I don't remember.
Terrell, he is lying. You are lying and you know it.
Y'all saw how I struggle with the song title, so I don't remember.
I believe you. Lord have mercy.
I'm
looking for a miracle.
Is that a right key?
That's it.
I expect the impossible. I
I forgot about that one.
I see the invisible. I'm looking for a miracle. The sky is the limit to what I can have. The sky is the limit to what I can have. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Hey, hey. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today.
Yay! She said, stop the song right now. Because is the word.
Because.
YouTube made me sick.
Because he lives,
I saw that.
I can
bit
face
of it.
tomorrow because he lives. All fear is gone because I know who holds my future. And life is worth living just because he lives. There it is.
now what was your song?
I sung that as an Easter speech one time.
Easter speech.
I did. I didn't like talking too much. I didn't like remembering things. I said, I'll sing a song. What you want me to sing? Up here. Jesus Webb. Easter speech. Happy Easter Day.
Though I try like silver in the fire, we come out as pure gold. No, you listen. Oh, we must be refined, and then we need a shine. We come out as pure gold. There is a process.
That's the wrong key.
to our willingness. There is significance, though we're trying to find. We come out as pure gold. Though we're trying to find, we come out as pure gold. Oh, Lord, make us whole. Oh, yeah. Lord, make us whole.
Still is the word.
Still,
Still, Dorinda.
like S-T-E-E-L.
S-T-I-L-L. You got one. As I'm thinking of it.
Oh, let's hear yours. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that makes me.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am still here.
Yes.
And it's by the grace of God. I am still here. It's by the grace of God.
that's a
When I look back over my life, I am still here. It's by the grace of God. Ooh.
This was an altar call song. Yeah, everybody in the church crying. For real, it was. This would be an altar call song. They would get this choir to get back up there, and they would very low sing this song in the background. And the pastor would say, I forgot what he used to say. But at the end of altar call, they would still be singing the song, right? And before he did the prayer, you know what I'm saying, to release everybody, he'd be like, the doors of the church are now open. I promise I'm not playing with God, y'all. I'm just saying what I remember as a child now. As a child. And they would be, this is one of the songs that make you cry. They call everybody up to the altar. I hated going to the altar. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Ooh,
I did. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I am still here. It's by the grace of God.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Dorinda.
Oh.
That's one of those like when I look back over.
Yeah.
Ooh, my life songs. Which I got to do that sometimes.
Oh, God.
Ooh, don't
How that song
hold on, what you talking about for?
I know, right?
What?
Tap her on, go ahead.
What?
I know.
No, we don't.
Just one
Don't
line.
help Terrell.
Just
Don't
one
help
line.
Terrell.
When I look back over my life and I see all the things God's done for me, been through danger, heartache and trouble. Oh, I thank the Lord. He's rescued me. Oh, I could have been dead and gone, but the Lord spared my life. That's why I can say that I am still here. It's by the grace of God. Oh, I am still here.
Yes.
It's by the
Now she talking about her
grace.
sister. Okay.
Terrell, it's by the grace of God.
Oh, almost got caught up. Hey!
In what?
Woo! The Holy of.
Holy arm!
The Holy
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
That's
Now
what
we
I'm
got
talking
one
about.
for you. We got
Oh,
one for you.
Lord,
We got
what
one
you
for you.
talking
Okay.
about?
We got one for him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell us the song that Beyonce sings at her concerts of ours.
I should know this.
Yes, you should.
We got to give a shout out to Beyonce.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yes, you should.
She is on Terrell.
Okay.
Beyonce sings at her concerts of ours.
I should know this.
Yes, you should.
We got to give a shout out to Beyonce. We love you, Beyonce.
And Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
And Jay-Z.
I love you too, girl. What the hell is this song? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
You stupid, Dorinda. And look at Terrell. Look at him running around. You went back there and got it, right? So So what is it now?
Hi, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Hi, yeah, means life.
I'm mad.
Yeah, you should be, and you lost.
Now we gotta talk about the movie before we end this thing.
yes.
Now Lifetime has a movie coming out chronicling y'all's life and career from your mom to all of your sisters. Like it's going to be crazy. I cannot wait to see this thing. And my girl, my baby, Shalea, who's been on the show from season 2, plays you.
That's my Shalea. That's my
Shout out to Shalea.
And she playing me, honey. She is
Listen,
doing me.
I know. When she came on the show, I said, let me hear let me give you your best Dorinda.
When I look back over my life and I see all the things he's done for me. Is it kind of, did it come through a little
That sounds just like her.
Did it?
Yes, Shalea. It was crazy.
It was a great pick. I mean, she was a great pick.
was.
I don't think nobody else could have done it.
Absolutely not.
Like her.
Like her.
She
Absolutely
mimicked her
not.
very well.
Yes.
And Angela mimicked me very well
Right.
too. We were watching a scene, and I remember thinking I had turned my head from watching the scene, and I heard her talking, and I said, "Oh, that sounds like me." And I turned around, and it was me. It was her doing me. I think the movie's going to be very inspiring.
That's good.
And empowering to people to see where our humble beginnings was and how God has elevated us to where we are today. But a lot of that people will see, it took determination, it took really living for God. And really, like my mom was uncompromisable when it came to God. I mean, you know, you went to church and she would say, you're gonna, in this house, you will be saved whether you want to or not. So you might as well be saved.
My grandma too.
Period, okay?
Yes.
And so I think that it's going to be such a blessing to people to see the thing. See, people think people that are in the industry that life is golden for them. What they don't know is when we go home, we have to do the same things they have to do.
That's right.
You know, we go through the same ups and downs, the same reality things in life that you encounter. You got a crazy person in your family. You got a drunk in your family. You got a person who's mentally ill in your family. All of that plays a part.
Right.
But how you weather through it, how you allow God to navigate you through those things, and how you create, you know, how God allows you to create a steady ground for you to grow up and still love Him, know that He's going to take care of you, and then make a choice of, I'm not going to do that. Because that's not how we were raised. We were raised like this. And I think that's going to be what's going to bless the people. Let's bless the people.
is what is
Abuse and all those other things that people go through, all the things that people live through. When you see what we've lived through, but to see where we are today, to see how God has blessed our life. And God has been so faithful to the Clark sisters.
Yeah.
We are the only female group that is still singing today that started out 40 years ago. We're still singing. It's not by happen chance. This is a God thing. Because we allowed each other to separate and do our own private things, but we come back together. We made a promise to my mother on her deathbed that we would never stop singing together and that we would never let anybody separate us from singing together. So I think that to me is going to bless the people the most. To see the turmoil that we went through, to see the things, the obstacles and the triumphs that we had, and the trials that we weathered through, to see the things that my mother went through, how my mother was mistreated, but she yet loved God and she yet found God in our hearts. To see our mother go through a divorce. And to see her have to raise us, the remaining of us, by ourselves and by herself.
Right.
But to see the triumph of what she did, to see her legacy today, and you're looking at it, you know, it's going to bless the people and it's going to empower them in a very special way. And that's really our dream and our hopes, is that it will bless the people that are watching that don't even know God, that they will be able to find God in some kind of way through the song, through a story, through something that's in our story that will be able to bless them.
Jackie, Dorinda, Karen, I cannot wait to see this movie. I cannot wait. Just everything you're saying is so important. It's so important, especially in the world of today, I feel like, with all the influences in social media and everybody just seeing all these wonderful lives, and they think, man, I'm going through all this stuff. I want to be like that, or I'm never going to get there. You know what I mean? It's like, you need to know, just because you see all this fabulousness or you see my social media account is popping, doesn't mean that I haven't been through
anything.
Still
That's
not going
right.
through.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's like, don't take the end product
And
as
it's
like the
true.
only thing to look at.
It's
you
true.
know?
But I mean, look at me. My husband died on Thanksgiving Day. But because of what God has put in me, I could have stayed home. I could have said, no, I don't want to do it. But how would that bless the people? I buried my husband on Monday. Today is Thursday, and I'm here with you. So we look at where, how God promotes us in our life, where he takes us, our journey. God recognizes the effort that I made to come here. He recognized. I've had my moments. I was having one when I first came in here today. But you didn't know it.
No, I didn't.
So what we have to understand is that, God always works things out for us when we allow him to do that. The most important thing to me is we don't have enough faith to believe that God can really do it, because we want right now stuff. We want everything to be microwavable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Instant
And right.
Stop calling me out, because that was a call out. And you hush, because I know you sitting over there nodding in agreement on my behalf.
Instant gratification. And it's
I'm
not
working on
always
it.
like that. Because sometimes God has to prune you and take out the things that he needs to take out in order for you to go to the next place.
That's right.
In your life. So, it's been a journey for me. Who would know that my husband would be dead and the movie hasn't even come out, and he had a part in some lines in the movie that he made sure that were in there. And now he's gone. And it's been rough. It's been rough, but God's gonna get me through it. My sisters are very supportive of me. They're getting on my nerve, but they want to sleep. They want to sleep. They want to come to my house, sleep in my house. They want to sleep in the room with
She
me.
don't want us to sleep
No.
with her.
Jackie!
She want us to sleep with her. She, no, go get up. Go
to your own room.
It's sister love.
That's sister love.
Sisterhood. Come on. Of the traveling
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Thank you for watching the show. I'm gonna put all the information in the description, because I can't even tell you all the things that are happening right now because there's so much going on. But again, the First Ladies of Gospel.
Oh, you're precious.
Amazing.
Thank you,
Amazing.
Terrell. We
I love you all.
appreciate
Love you too.
Thank you for what
Thank
you
you,
do.
Terrell.
I tried. Thank you for being a fool on YouTube is what she's really trying to say. Yes. You're welcome. I do that.
Hi, we're the Clark Sisters, and you're watching The Terrell Show.
And listen, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. And guess what, y'all?
What?
Terrell is crazy.
Oh my God! And that old game he got. Game.
You can't help but love the Terrell, man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
this
really.
is definitely, other than the Breland episode we just reacted to, this was definitely one of my other favorites. You know what I'm saying? It's 51 minutes long.
What?
No, I was looking at the time length of that video right there.
Oh.
But yeah, babe, you got anything you want to say?
No. It was inspiring. And it was I think I talked a lot on part 1.
Yeah, we did talk a lot on part 1.
On part 1. Whatever I said in part 1 refers to right now as well.
Okay, so y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Share and hit the post notification so you know every time you drop a new video.
Peace.